And on to our top story at this hour, well, 11 years after the twin bomb blast rocked the southern city of Hyderabad, Hyderabad NIA court will now pronounce the verdict on the case. 42 people had lost their lives in these blasts and over 50 who were injured when two bombs had blasted. Now, the court is set to deliver the verdict anytime now. It was on August 7th when the arguments were presented on court, and the judge had said that the judgment will be pronounced on August 27th, that is today. Meanwhile, family members and relatives of the victims on Saturday observed the 11th anniversary of the twin blasts, and they demand justice. Today is when we will finally get to hear what the court has to say, as the judgment will be pronounced 11 years after twin bomb blasts at Gokul Chaat and Lumbini Park in Hyderabad. 3 bombs that had been planted, out of which 2 had blasted and 1 had been recovered, which was found under a foot-over bridge. And 4 accused in this case were shifted to a court hall located in the premises of the Central Prison in Hyderabad from a court located in Nampalli Court Complex in June this year. Now, today is when the fate of these 4 people will be decided. Of these 4 accused, nearly 170 witnesses have been examined in this case, and they have also been cross-examined during the trial. You would remember that blast at the popular eatery Gokul Chaat, where 32 people were killed and more than 10 had died in an open theatre at Lumbini Park, which was just a few meters away from the state secretariat. More than 50 people who were injured, and families demand justice. Krishnamurthy, my colleague, joining us from the NIA court in Hyderabad. Krishnamurthy, take us through the details of what is really happening outside court. What time is it when the judgment will be pronounced? The families demand justice.
Well, it's a crucial verdict now. This incident, after 11 years after the first bomb blast terror attack took place in Hyderabad in 2007 at 2 places, which bombs were put out continuously within a matter of seconds. In 2 places, 42 people were killed and over 60 people were injured. So it's a crucial verdict. The entire operation, in fact, the entire I think was taken up by the Octopus, which is a special cell of Telangana Police, who actually looked into the entire case. They had probed into this entire case, and now today over 170 people were examined, eyewitnesses were examined, and the verdict is like to be pronounced against 7 accused, 7 IM operatives. In fact, 4 have been lodged in the Cherlapalli Central Prison in Hyderabad, and 4 of them are absconding. So these are the people against which the case will be taken up, and verdict is likely to come. But the overall, it took them about 11 years to finally conclude all the hearing. It was actually fast-tracked in this particular case from June this year, and finally the verdict is expected to be announced today. And what we also know is that the accused, for the first time in Telangana, this verdict will be pronounced through video conferencing, which means that the accused will be still be lodged in the jail, and they will be informed about the decision through video conferencing. And immediately after the verdict, if they are remanded, they will be brought to the NIA court here in Nampalli in Hyderabad, and then their custody will be extended. So that is the procedure which is there right now. Now, heavy police personnel, security personnel are present outside the NIA court, as well as the Cherlapalli Central Prison, where the 4 IM operatives are lodged. And what the 3-layer security has been put up here outside the NIA court. And we also know is what we know is that the accused, in fact, 3 of them who are still missing for the last 4-5 years, they will be tracked down by the NIA along with the special security of the Telangana Police. So, case anytime, the judge is expected to arrive anytime around 10:30, where the hearings are likely to begin. So we're just waiting for judge to arrive, and this will be the first time where a video conference, where a verdict will be pronounced through video conferencing. So that is the first here in Telangana Police. So a lot of expectations again in this particular case, and
of course,
people are waiting with bated breath, because victims have been waiting for justice for over 11 years, and they're waiting with bated breath for what is the likely verdict outcome of this entire case, which panned out for 11 years.
Right, Krishnamurthy, thank you so much for joining us with, of course, all these details, and we'll come back to you as the court is set to pronounce the verdict anytime now.